Hi everyone, it's Kim here from Ultimate Speaker, bringing you Momentum Monday on this glorious spring day. And today what I'd love to focus on around your speaking skills and helping you take things to a new level around public speaking is around how inner resilience has everything to do with public speaking. And to share a story with you just quickly, my husband, I actually made a commitment 2 weeks ago when I did my skydive that every week I was going to take myself out of my comfort zone to develop my inner resilience and my growth, my personal growth. Because I know that when I do this, it impacts my business. It also helps me grow as a human being. So what happened was, Chris, actually, my husband, helped me achieve this week because he ended up in emergency with a challenge with his eye and the retina. Now, if we hadn't done anything about it, he could have easily gone blind in his eye. And so, things were really hot for a moment as far as finding doctors and finding a solution to be able to help him get through this and to get it fixed. And of course, all the what ifs come up, like, what if we don't, what if Troy, the optometrist, hadn't picked up the indications that there was something wrong? What if Chris hadn't happened to mention to Troy, oh, and by the way, I've got these black dots happening? Or, what if we hadn't been able to find a doctor because the optometrist or the eye specialist was on holiday, so we had to go down to Brisbane? So all of the what ifs come up as far as how do we find solution? And this is why I talk about inner resilience. It comes into every part of our life. It's not just public speaking, but every part of our life. And to me, inner resilience is about having the flexibility to go, okay, how do we adapt to this situation? It's not good or it doesn't feel good, but how can we adapt to the situation and find a solution? How do we find the gifts in what is showing up in our life? How do we change the thoughts of what if something goes wrong to, hey, let's just have a look at how we can move forward and how we can grow as people. What are the opportunities here? And this is what I'd love to deep dive in and relate this back to public speaking in helping you with your speaking skills. Because if you feel or get any kind of sense of overwhelm or lacking confidence where you go into that real anxiousness before you get up and speak, learning how to step into your inner resilience is going to make a massive difference to how this happens or how the outcomes for you. So if, for example, we've got to think about in relation to public speaking, okay, so imagine for a moment, maybe the better way to do this is to go, okay, think about public speaking. Now imagine if I said to you right now, and say, okay, here's an opportunity. How would you feel that I hand you the microphone, go, okay, here's your opportunity to get up on stage and go and have a chat with everyone about what it is that you do. We've got a 5-minute slot here that you can step up and the stage is yours to promote what you do and to give us a few tips on what you do so that we get to know you. So how would you feel? Just imagine that I would do that. And would it happen for you that perhaps that microphone goes into your hand, your heart starts pounding and you go, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? Do you go into the excitement of what that would be? Or do you go into all the anticipation, the anxiousness of what might happen? And then the other side of that is, you've got the microphone in your hand. Do you go, okay, I've got this nailed. I know exactly what I can say. I step into my power, step into right here, right now, and you say what it is that you want to say? Or do you go, your mind goes blank and you completely forget and you forget even what business you're in? So I'm just curious, what would happen for you? See, because the thing is, when we step into our inner resilience, when we step in because for me, it is about adapting to the circumstance. It's finding the gold in the circumstance. It's utilizing what's happening in the room, relating it back to what you do. But with that, we've got to step into who we need to be, and it's stepping into the power of this moment. And this is what I call the inner resilience. So when you can do this, then you're on stage, those words will come to you. And with the techniques and the trainings that we do in Ultimate Speaker, you have your Brave Tool speaker kit that you can take everywhere. And this is the power. But the point being is that inner resilience is the foundation, because whenever, you can have all the skills and you can have all the techniques in the world, but if you're not stepping into your power, if you're not stepping into your resilience, then all the techniques in the world are not going to help you to achieve that goal, to overcome those fears. And so this is what happened, just relating it back to the story with Chris, my husband. This is what I found I needed to do, because when it comes to medical, when it comes to anything where, there's surgery or biology or any of those things, I avoid them like the plague. It's just not my forte. But I thought, no, I've got to find out, I've got to understand what's happening for Chris so that I'm able to help him in this situation. So we're able to find the best solution to be able to get his eye fixed. So I needed essentially to get myself out of the way and step into that inner resilience. And we had some beautiful support from family and friends to be able to help this, to make it happen. And to the doctors, of course, and Troy, the optometrist, have all absolute gratitude for how that all panned out. The thing is, when you can do this, then you step into your power. You can achieve this, but it starts with stepping into that inner resilience. So, and I have a tool, which is the Brave Speaker Toolkit, which helps you step into that. And I'm very, very happy to gift that to you. Just let me know, private message me, send me a message wherever this post goes, and ask me for that, because it's just a 15-minute toolkit which will help you step into and show up the way that you need to get your message across. So when you think about it, when you can do this, say you're on the stage, you've got that microphone. Let's come back to that story now. You've got the microphone in your hand, and you're able to think on your feet. The words are coming to you. You're feeling pretty good about what's happening. You're feeling that excitement. The effect of this, the impact of this, is such a lovely roll-on effect for not only for yourself, but for your audience as well. So let me explain. What happens is you step into the, what do? You step into your power, yes, but you step into the opportunities that are created as a result of doing this. It's the capability that you bring into your speaking. You can then go out, because you've got I think our voices can be so underestimated as far as the captivation and the way that we can reach people. And so when we're feeling good, when we're stepping into that power, then we can compel others. We can go into a networking event and we can have that connection. We immediately build that trust and connection with the people at the networking event. Maybe you're needing to present to your team, and it's that you come across with that strength, that inner resilience, that real confidence of what it is that you have to say, and you share your message in such a way that everyone in the room has, you have their attention. And then what happens then, of course, is that it does create the opportunities for you. And this is what I've found when the clients that I work with, time and time again. One beautiful client just even last week said to me, she's already got an interstate presentation that she's been asked to do, so she's off to Sydney very soon. So it's magnificent, the opportunities that come. But the other part of it is that when you're out there, you're able to promote your business. The more we get ourselves out of the way, the more we can show up for our businesses, the more we can then take up those opportunities and speak at different events, different conferences, different networking events. And that, of course, helps us to expand our reach, and as well as it helps us to grow our businesses. The other part of it, and I just made a note here, is that, maybe you've got a personal occasion that's coming up. You've been asked to speak at a friend's wedding and they ask you to do a speech. Instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? It's like, yeah, sure, I'd love to, because you step into that inner resilience. So can you see how, when you show up the way you need to, it shows up for your business as well. And then, of course, the snowball effect of that, and the effect of this is that you start generating in more income from what you're doing, because the more you expand your reach, the more people you're in demand and people want to hear you speak, they're paying you to do that. And then from there, you can promote your services, the workshops, the one-day events, any kind of events that you're doing, you can promote yourself. So it's a brilliant way to expand your reach. But it all comes back to how you step into your resilience. So you're getting an idea of how important this is. So if you're feeling like you're wanting some help around this, you're going to love it, because I'm actually doing a workshop that's coming up this month, and I would love to share with you, and I'll put that on the links below so you can find out more. And it's going to be in Brisbane and Sunshine Coast, where we're going to go interstate on the next level, which will probably be in the new year. But this will help you to, and it's called pitching your company to presenting to the board. So it's all of those things around confidence, how to be captivating, how to get your message across, how to be compelling, and have a really clear, concise message that's still in your style, because that's so important as well. So if this sounds like it's of interest to you, why not private message me or click on the links below, and let's have a conversation. Love to see you there. And let me know if you've got any questions, and let me know if you want me to send that Brave Speaker Toolkit to you. All right, bye now. Until next time.